Shanti. Good morning. So Baba's giving a very beautiful definition of a maharathi. And as you can see in the title, Baba's saying that a maharathi is one with a great, who is great or has a greatness. But also Baba is talking to the people who has come for the bhatti, or I think they're finishing the bhatti. So just the Murli of yesterday, Baba had given the aim, and he also talked about the powers that's needed. So do you remember what are the powers that Baba did mention yesterday? What were the powers that is needed in order to become great? Anyone?
Yesterday, so many powers, almost 8 powers Baba mentioned. Power to tolerate, the power to discriminate, power to condense expansion, power to create expansion, and power to back up, power to accommodate, power to face, and the power to make decisions.
There is also an addition to those ones. It's a very beautiful power, and Baba has also mentioned that what is the reason that you still have the weakness, the power that's up today is the power to control. So we need to have the controlling power, and then only we'll be able to have the power to accommodate. And as we know that all the powers are already connected. So let's hear what Baba has to say in today's Murli. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Great. So it's the 30th 0770's Murli. And Baba's title for this Murli is Maharathi means greatness. Is today the end of the bhatti or the surrender ceremony of the Pandavas? Or is it just the beginning? It is the beginning of coming close. What special improvement has there been, and what special thought have you had for that? Has your transformation started, or is it yet to start? Have you just had the thought, or do you feel yourself with that sanskara at the beginning of the bhatti? Each one gave his own idea. This is the paper for the bhatti of the Pandava army. The entire paper is taken through this one question. At the present time, it is essential for your thoughts and actions to take place simultaneously. You have a thought one moment, and it should be put into practical action the next moment. There shouldn't be a great difference between your thoughts and your actions. The meaning of a maharathi is greatness. So you should not just have greatness in your thoughts, but there should be greatness in everything. This is the sign of maharathis. It does not take long to think about putting your thoughts into practical form, because the thoughts of the maharathis are such that they are possible in a practical way. So that's again the sign that whatever they think, it happens in a practical way. They do not need to think, should we do this or that? How can we do it? What will happen? Their thoughts will be created in such a way that as soon as they are created, they happen practically. You can recognize your own stage through this. Okay, it's a checking point then. Am I that the moment I create the thought, it happens in practical way. So you can recognize your own stage through this. The final stage is that of attaining success in yoga and attaining success in actions. What is the main power you have to imbibe for this so that everything becomes successful? So what is the main power you have to imbibe for this so that everything becomes successful? What power is needed so that your thoughts, words, and deeds are all successful? You need all the powers that you just spoke about anyway. But First of all, there especially has to be controlling power. If you do not have controlling power, something wasteful becomes mixed in that, and so you do not attain success. If the creation of thoughts is accurate, and the words you speak are accurate, and your actions are accurate, it is impossible for you not to attain success. However, if there is waste mixed within that, you are not able to attain success. It's very crystal clear that, if I'm not attaining success, then something waste is mixed into that. There is success through that which is accurate, not through that which is wasteful. For wastefulness to be controlled, you definitely need controlling power. The reason for any type of weakness is the lack of controlling power. So I was saying the reason for any type of weakness is the lack of controlling power. Why is there weakness? Because you're not able to finish your own sanskars. Although you do understand whether a particular thought is accurate or wasteful, you do not have controlling power. There is knowledge, but there is no power. Only when you are in control can you then accommodate other sanskaras in place of those wasteful thought things. Because of lacking controlling power, you are not able to control yourself. Do you know how to be the creator of your own creation? Which creation do you have to create? You are lacking in creating that accurate creation. You create such a creation that you yourself become distressed by your own creation. We ourselves create it and then we become distressed by it. So what practical proof does the Pandava army now have to give? You have to celebrate the ceremony of completion or finishing the words of weakness you speak and the acts of weakness you perform. And then later on, Baba is giving a very beautiful title to Brahmins. It is not the completion ceremony of the bhakti. It is the completion of all weaknesses. And so every thought of yours should be created in such a powerful way that each thought shows wonders. Where there are weaknesses, you will have to replace them with wonders. The word weakness does not seem bright anymore. And again, Baba is giving the reason why. You souls are the supports of the world. So that is our title, that we are the supports of the world. Therefore, it does not seem right for such words of weakness to be emerging from the lips of those who are the supports of the world, the images of upliftment for the world. What vision will everyone have from the image of each of you? That of Babdada. There should be such a spiritual sparkle visible in the image of each one of you that anyone who sees that sparkle sacrifices himself. You will then be able to make all of them sacrifice themselves. Some will go to the land of liberation and others to the land of liberation in life. There should be none who cannot claim a right to the accurate part from all of you. According to the parts, all souls definitely have to claim the inheritance from the Father through you. That's why the title Baba is giving is, we are the supports of the world. So everyone will be claiming the inheritance from us. There has to be such a sparkle in your images that none of them are deprived for claiming their own inheritance. You have to consider yourselves to be bestowers, children of the bestower. There is a sparkle and intoxication in those who give. This is merged at present. I'm sure you would have gone through the Murli, and one of the Murli Baba mentioned that don't serve from your stock, serve from the overflow, so that there is prosperous, so that when you give, you're not reducing the powers or the virtues in you, because you're serving from the overflow. So there is a sparkle and intoxication in those who give. This is merged at present. You now have to allow those sanskars to emerge. In what are you still busy that you are not even now able to make that sparkle emerge? It's a very beautiful question Baba is asking. That in what are you still busy that you are not even now able to make that sparkle emerge? You are busy in finishing your weaknesses. So you have to settle everything anyway. However, it is one thing to settle everything quickly. Some finish an account in 5 minutes, and some take half an hour to finish the same account. Some are not able to settle it even after thinking about it all day long. All of you are special souls, and so every thought and every action should be special, so that through them, every soul receives inspiration to progress. Because all of you are images of support, everyone receives an inspiration to progress because all of us are images of support. If the support is like that, what would others do? Special souls have to pay special attention. Now, do not let the past emerge even in your thoughts. So you can check that does still the past sanskaras, past habits, anything of past, does it even come in my thoughts? Then Baba is saying, if any poison of past sanskaras emerges, even by mistake, here Baba is using the word poison. Anything that is poison is very dangerous, right? It can even take life. So even if any poison of the past sanskars emerge even by mistake, consider that to be the sanskars of your past births, not of the present. If someone continuously repeats the things of the past, that is called wasteful. The Pandava army first have to be an example within the family and show everyone. Just as Baba became an example in the corporeal form, in the same way, you have to follow the Father. This is why today is called the day of the completion of old sanskaras and past thoughts. Do you understand? What is the name of this group? On what basis is a name given? What day is it today? Today is the day of the omens of Jupiter. It's the Guru. Thursday. The meaning of the omens of Jupiter is success. So, this group is the gathering that cooperates with everyone and is the image of success. If anyone wants any type of cooperation, children of the bestower are those who constantly give. So if anyone wants any type of cooperation, the children of the bestower are those who constantly give. Their hand never hesitates to give. You will be able to cooperate with all when you have love for all. It's a very good checking point again. Like if I'm unable to cooperate with any soul, then that is the sign that I don't have love for them. So you will be able to cooperate with all when you have love for all. If you do not have love, you cannot be cooperative with all. This is why this group has to be cooperative. In what ways? Thoughts, words, deeds, and relationships, and also become images of success. This is why you are called the gathering that is cooperative with all and the images of success. Do you understand? You have to die to become cooperative with all, with everyone. So what does Baba mean? That I have to die. You have to die to become cooperative with everyone. What do you think? What is the meaning of the word die?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. And what else?
You have to consider yourself as a soul
Soul conscious.
detached from the body. Then
Yeah,
love for
soul
all.
conscious.
You have to let go of past memories.
Om Shanti, you have to die from your own old sanskar.
You have to surrender everything and be a soul conscious.
It's very much what you all saying also, and one of the word that comes again also is to let go of that body consciousness, and the root of that is ego, right? So all the sanskaras, memories, habits, becoming soul conscious, and of course letting go of the ego. So you have to die to become cooperative with everyone. Otherwise I'll say, this is my idea, this is my opinion. So even that is mine. So we would rather die first than move away from the task. So to die means to finish your old sanskaras. This is what Baba said. It is the past sanskaras that creates obstacles in becoming cooperative with everyone. So you have to finish your own sanskaras. Baba is not telling you to finish the sanskaras of others. When you finish your own sanskaras, others who see you will follow you. One is myself, the second is the Father, and do not even look at the third person. Baba is giving a very beautiful yukti today, and I think we should all try. Of course, you will be able to see the things of the third person, but even while looking at them, do not see them. So what we need to do here, while looking at them, see yourself and the Father. We can all try today. This is the homework for all of us. At any time someone comes, the third person, maybe we don't get along well, or whatever is the case, even if we get along, still we see ourselves and the Father. Remember the slogan, we will die, but we will also be cooperative with everyone. Do not remember the pictures of your memorial of the previous cycle. Sorry, do you remember the pictures of your memorial of the previous cycle? What is the memorial of lifting the mountain that people have created? Have you ever seen it? Nowadays, what do people create when they create that image? They create a mountain of cow dung. To give a finger to lift the mountain means to give a finger in removing your own sanskaras. This is the meaning of lifting a mountain, or the image that shows everybody is giving the finger of cooperation. To give a finger to lift the mountain means to give a finger in removing your own sanskaras. First of all, this mountain has to be lifted. Only then will this iron-aged world change into a new world. Keep any slogan in your awareness. Even that is good. However, you have to become an embodiment of the slogan. That is just a method. It is good to become the embodiment by using the right method. On the basis of what specialities are the beads of a rosary created? That speciality of the beads is that they are united and threaded on one thread. They have love for one, a constant stage, and constantly following the directions of the one. So what is the speciality of the beads? That they are united and threaded on one thread. They have love for one, a constant stage, and constantly follow the directions of the one. So they are always one. They are all similar beads and so are all threaded on the one thread. So they are those who follow the directions of the one and are united amongst themselves. They only have their mind on one. When there are directions of two, they then become the beads of the second rosary. Because it's like the duality comes into. So when there are the directions of two, they then become the beads of the second rosary. That is the rosary of 16,000. You have to create such an atmosphere for that unity to be created. And again, for that unity to be created, we have to remember that slogan that I have to die. The atmosphere will be created when you have the power to accommodate. For instance, when there is a difference in something, because after all, you are all doing everything according to your capacity and worthiness, you then need to have the power to accommodate that difference. That I might be doing something very good, but the other person might not be able to do that because it's their capacity, right? It's their worthiness, Baba is saying. So whatever the difference that's in between, that's the part where I have to use the power to accommodate. So you will come close to one another with that unity, and you will become an example in front of everyone. Each of you has your own specialties. No matter who it is, just look at his specialties, and you will become a special soul. Do not ever look at anyone's defects. When there is the eclipse of the sun or the moon, very practical example Baba is giving. When there is the eclipse of the sun or the moon, people say that you must not look at it. Otherwise, you will experience bad omens. So, anyone's weakness is also an eclipse. So, anyone's weakness is also an eclipse. If any of you look at it, even by mistake, understand that there will be bad omens over you. You have to become real gold. If there is the slightest trace of alloy, that will be visible and it will suppress the specialties. I was saying if there is the slightest trace of alloy, that will be visible and it will suppress the specialties. Change yourself to such an extent that it creates an impact on others. You have to change yourself at one stroke. When people do sacrifice the God, they have to be in one shot, right? So here Baba was saying that you have to change yourself at one stroke. Become detached, and the attachment of others to you will also break. Acha, Om Shanti. So let's have a minute of silence and then we can share from today's Murli what we have taken. Shanti. What is from the Murli that you're taking away with? Any point that has touched your heart?
Shanti, sister.
Shanti.
Baba says that we should not carry forward our old sanskars and our weaknesses will have to be destroyed. These sanskars are the carry forwards from past birth and not of the present birth. And to not to see defects in others, just like by not just like not looking at the eclipse sun prevents you from taking on the bad omens. This is how we should not look at the defects in others as well. That's all, sister. Thank you.
Full way to remember. Beautiful image that, we never look at those eclipses, then why we look at the defects. Yes. Anyone else?
Good morning, sister. We should be cooperative with everyone. If that can be done only when we have love on somebody. That is very true, sister, because when we love somebody, even if they do some mistakes, we don't take it seriously because we love them. So suppose say our mother says something and we don't get angry because she is our mother, we love her very much. But same sentence, if somebody else tells us, we get annoyed. So that should not be there, that we should treat everybody and we should love everybody in first place, then we will definitely accommodate them. Thank you, sister. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. I like the point where my Baba says that where there is lack of controlling power, there is weakness. So every thought which is created by us, it should be in such a way that it shows wonders where there are weaknesses. Om Shanti.
The wonders that we need to create. It's a very beautiful point. Anyone else? Even if there is any churning of yours that you would like to share.
Om Shanti. Sister, the two aspects that touched my heart is one is myself, the second is the Father. And do not even look at the third person. Even while looking at them, do not see. So there is a difference between looking and seeing. Looking is in the sthiti of Sakshi Drishta. Seeing is getting involved with the looker is involved with the object or the person. Then there is that see Baba means. And second is the mountain of old sanskars has to be lifted. Only then will this world change. So sanskar actually make the world. Once we lift this old sanskars, then we have a new world. Om Shanti.
Anyone else?
Om Shanti, sister. Today, Baba tell us how we can remove the defects from ourselves, how to clear our old sanskars. So in that, Baba is telling us when you see the weakness of others, even if it is visible for you, you have to think that you and Baba, there is no other one. That is the first point I like to practice. And the second thing is, even if you are looking, you think that it is the eclipse actually. So eclipse means it is the sign of bad omens. So we have to think we are getting the bad ones inside us. So that will also not allow us. And the main thing we have to practice to lift this, Baba is telling us the whole sanskars to be the mud mountain. Mountain means how deep rooted it is inside our intellect, I think so. So we have to, the only way and the strongest way I think is to be detached from this total world. How much we are being close in the Avyak stage, that will help us to clear this more easily. Om Shanti, sister.
Baba used the word cow dung, the mountain of cow dung. That's what they show these days. We have to lift the mountain, which is to give cooperation. Yes, brother, you want to share?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Pandavas, really, Baba knew they are the ones, as we saw yesterday, when they are the backbones of the yajna. And the kind of surrender they have done, the memorials they have created, some of the memorials Baba has placed over here. What I like in this over here, which Baba has been speaking in all the 1917 at least, what I thought and what I do, it is simultaneous. It's not that my creation was wrong, so my doing was wrong, but everything is perfect. It comes in harmony, my thoughts. That's what Baba even gave the example of Brahma Baba in one of the Murlis. And what do I need for that? Yes, the controlling power, because that's the power which Baba is shaping us for the future, in my future kingdom. Unless I have the controlling power now, then I can expect what we call it as the ruling power. So this thought and action, the equation is what we call it for success. And for that, Baba is saying, you change the word weakness into wonders. I like that one thing. कैसे उसमें मेरे कमजोरियों से कमाल करना है? How do I do it? And the second aspect, which I like it, why does Baba call this mountain as a mountain of cow dung? I was just thinking, so well, what is that thing? I'm still not able to get a good answer for that. What is that mountain of cow dung? Yes, when he speaks about that finger to lift that mountain, so if I have to give my cooperation to anyone, I should have the faith that I can do it, and I should be able to be a finger along with the other, like Govardhan mountain to be affected. For that, I have to die myself. This is the second point I like. And the last point which I like is to be threaded in one, to be part of the rosary, to be in one thread. It's not only close to each other, the beads, but it will be only in one thread. There are no many threads and all. I think this three aspect is what is covered like in the Murli. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Yes, Om Shanti.
We should change ourselves completely to bring impact on others. And we should be detachful. Because once we are detachful, the other people who are having attachment to us will be broken. And this is the biggest obstacle, I feel, that is the biggest weakness for us to improve. So this detachment should be first weakness which we have to break. Thank you, sister.
And Baba, the word that I really enjoyed or liked was, Baba compared the past with the poison. And it's a very good way to remember when any past sanskaras emerge, that it is like a poison. It will definitely kill us, and of course will bring others into distress as well. So yeah, very beautiful Murli. And like sister was sharing that, Baba's very much highlight for this Murlis is whatever we say should be equally or same simultaneously in action as well. And the sign that Baba mentioned to these of the maharathis is of greatness, which basically in simple words, Baba said that the moment they have the thought, it happens in practical. And then Baba also mentioned that if this is you, this is the sign, so check yourself. And that really tells us where we are at this stage in our Brahmin life. Anyone else would like to share? Maybe one or two?
Om Shanti. Today Baba said that you have to change yourself in a stop. That means today the time is going so fast. So if we have the quality of compassion within us, then we won't be looking at the outer behavior of people, but we will try to find out the reason behind why they are doing this so. And so then we will be able to realize that the person is actually being very friendly to us and being very frank to us, honest. So we have to respect the honesty of the person, and then we will be able to create a happy family. Om Shanti.
Right.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Baba speaks about the controlling power, 100% controlling power. When we churn on this control, the control comprises of first is the checking, and second is the stopping. In case of any past sanskars, we need to immediately put a full stop, like a break, and then accelerate our virtues, increase the power, and somewhere we have to basically also constant attention has to be there, so that all these are the uh, functions under this objective of controlling. So controlling power I really liked, and which can be implemented, and power to accommodate. There will be some souls who have different sanskars, and who may not be paying that special attention, so that those we have to accommodate and have this controlling power, so that every thought, word and action is accurate as per the, and there's no waste, no wastefulness. Om Shanti.
Yes, sister, that same power to accommodate, which brother just mentioned, it is such a nice power, like as if I'm the ocean, as somebody rightly said, the mother. No, I'm the ocean. I accept all kinds of rivers and all kinds of this in me, and because I'm generous hearted. So that's the quality which Baba wants in us, to accept differences in people, because I just look at things according to what I can do and what I'm capable of. But if I have that power to accept everyone's difference, then there will be sameness in connection. And then I can be what we call it as a closeness in that particular aspect. So for this, I have to accept, I have to love, and I have to give the power to accommodate. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Whatever you were
Special,
sharing. Yeah. Yes, sister,
special
go
souls
ahead.
have
Yes, you can share.
special souls have special attention. So we will not emerge the old thoughts in us. Once we forget that old thoughts, if it doesn't emerge, then half of it will be solved, so that we will not have any ego, any question of ego or anything, and that everything will be solved if the past things doesn't emerge in us. Thank you, sister.
I think the one checking of Baba speaks about finishing the account quickly, as quickly as possible. So I think when there is an old sanskar in action, then there will be some account will be created. So I think that is a checking point, and I need to immediately stop and come back to my bondage-free state. Finish the account immediately. Om Shanti.
Immediately I'm able to do. That's right. Some Baba said some takes less than a minute, or some takes half an hour, some take the whole day. So again, it's the power to control, which is the power to break. Is there anyone who haven't shared yet would like to share? Because there's few of them got the opportunity to share, but there are few more that would like to share. Anything that comes to mind? Maybe then after one or two sharing, we can have many minutes of meditation. There are quite a few who haven't shared anything. Would you like to share something?
So how can we develop controlling powers? So in compared to the past days, now I think I have developed that, but it is not so that is within a second we have to give up everything. That's the thing Baba actually wants me to do.
I think
So
power to
that
control doesn't
much.
come.
Mm.
Control doesn't come very immediately, right? It's a practice. And here Baba is, sometimes we have in the past, of course, now we understand, but in the past we always thought that power to control is like we control others. But here's Baba telling to control your own sanskaras, which is the past sanskaras. So the very basic practice, even to start with power to control, which is directly connected to our thoughts, right? Because I'm not able to control my thoughts, this is what these mistakes happens, or I get burst on someone or get angry. So when we sit in a meditation, I think this is the very first step. I would say that, even to give yourself a minute or few seconds, let's say 60 seconds. When we sit in meditation, try to create one powerful thought, only one powerful thought, and try to stabilize in that thought. It could be a title of self-respect, or it could be any one thought, and see how much longer you're able to stabilize in that thought. But it comes with a small step. Sometimes we say, okay, I'm going to have this half an hour powerful meditation or remembrance of Baba. But that doesn't happen really if we check. But to have that 1 minute of powerful meditation, slowly increase that practice, which indirectly is leading to having a powerful break on our thoughts, and that's how I feel that controlling power comes into practice. So this is the simplest. It's a huge topic, but this is the simplest way we can start. So in that 1 minute of remembrance, nothing can disturb my state, not even my body, not my thoughts, nothing around, nothing of surroundings. So again, then after that 1 minute is done, then try to increase that minute to 2 minutes and see how much stable you are able to stabilize in your thoughts. Is it okay?
Sister, just
Thank
now,
you, sister.
Ombai also explained it very well. That is checking, stopping, accelerating, and increasing. That is, we need to check the thoughts, then stop the waste thoughts, accelerate the important thought, and increase its power. So
the waste needs to be replaced with some powerful thought, right? Because if we just stop it, then it won't have that powerful break. But we need to also replace it with some thought. And that's why Baba is saying that when you have some weakness, don't focus on that. Instead, have the opposite, which is the positive, powerful side, which is if I'm angry, then I should say more like I'm a peaceful. So I'm replacing that waste with something positive. That's right, what you said.
Yeah,
we are controlling our.
Instead of the break, we have the replacer. We can say we are not able to. We can replace it with a very powerful thought, and the elevated thoughts have got more power than the ordinary thoughts, or the various waste thoughts even have less power. Only when I am in a false identity, that negative thought gets power. Otherwise, if I am in original identity, I am a eternal soul, child of God, then automatically the positive thought has got tremendous power as compared to a negative or an ordinary power or ordinary thought. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti, sister.
Sorry, yes, sister.
Om Shanti, sister. Many people say that we should not suppress our thoughts and it should be expressed. And by force, we should not suppress our thoughts. How do you feel that in an easy way to come out of that thoughts, sister?
I think how I have understood in terms of knowledge, in Lokik way, or we used to suppress is like we just neglect the thought.
Yeah.
But here Baba is saying that you don't have to neglect because they don't use the power to check themselves. But here in knowledge, we let the thought, yes, we know that there is this thing, there is this thought, but then also accept the thought that yes, I have it. Don't ignore. Sometimes we use this stubborn sanskaras or the bhakti sanskaras, and we neglect that thought instead of accepting. So we need to accept, yes, there is this thought, and then go into that process of checking yourself that, okay, I have this one. Then what is my next step? What is the next step in order to transform that thought? And slowly go into that journey. We might fail, but still keep working on that rather than just saying, no, I'm going to be this. So suppressing is very dangerous, because if it's not answered, it's very much like, maybe I don't know if this is the right example, but it's like, just when you call someone and they don't answer, then constantly you keep calling them because you're not getting the answer, right? So even any thought that is suppressed, it will still be in the subconscious, and it's not going to allow you to, yes, superficially you'll be able to come out from that, but any small trigger, anything that will come in front of you will bring back that thought, that memory. So it's always good not to suppress, like Baba says, but to answer, to have the solution for that, work on that. That's what I think.
Thank you, sister.
I think I'm done. I think we need to finish, right, Rakiban? Or we still have time?
Yes, maybe we can move towards meditation, Pratibha.
Let me sit comfortably. Let me just relax. And center myself in the awareness that I'm a pure light, existing in the physical dimension. I'm a beautiful soul sparkling in the forehead, weightless, light, peaceful. Let me bring those people on the screen of my mind that I struggle with. Some or other sanskaras of theirs bothers me. So today, let me see the virtue in them. What is it that's there? That is the speciality of theirs. Let me focus on the speciality that they have. Leave aside the negative side of theirs. And think of one positive quality that they have in them. Once it comes on the screen of your mind, in my mind, let me tell that soul that you appreciate this quality of them. It might be difficult, but let me tell them today. If not in physical, then at least in my mind, let me keep expressing, keep bringing this quality that they have. And let me create that love that Baba has talked today. And this love will create the unity. It will lift the mountain. And this process of seeing the qualities in others automatically brings peace to my mind. I hold that peace and love in my thoughts. I keep on radiating this love, this power all around me. Today, the whole day, let me just practice. It's I and Baba, no third person. I try to see Baba in them. One Baba and none other. Om Shanti. Have a lovely day. And remember that the sign of greatness, the sign of a maharathi is greatness. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Dardipan.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
all the
everyone.
divine family, and see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you.